faster, stronger, and with more weapons than anyone. The F-15EX is back on steroids to reclaim its throne and silence all critics. It is not a simple remake. It is a completely new beast. Today we thoroughly analyze the F-15EX and its 5 most surprising capabilities that no one expected. And I assure you that the #1 spot will leave you frozen. But before that, make sure to subscribe, activate the notification bell, and leave your like so you don't miss anything. Let's start with this madness. Number 5. The Invisible Shield. Many critics said the F-15EX was an easy target because it does not have a stealth design like the F-22. But what they didn't know is that this bird carries the EPA-Doble BSS system installed. What the hell is that? It stands for Eagle Passive Active Warning Survivability System. Basically, it is an electronic warfare kit manufactured by BAE Systems that turns the plane into a digital black hole. It is not about hiding visually, it is about blinding the enemy. Imagine a Russian air defense system like the S-400 tries to lock onto the Eagle II. The EPA-Doble BSS detects the enemy radar signal in milliseconds, analyzes it, and sends a jamming signal so powerful and complex that the enemy radar operator's screen fills with ghosts and static noise. In tests conducted in late 2025, this system proved it could nullify not only ground radars, but also the seekers of enemy air-to-air missiles. Furthermore, this system uses cognitive spectrum management technology. This means the EPA-Doble BSS not only reacts to known threats but learns in real time the new radar signatures the enemy tries to hide. It uses digital radio frequency memory to record the enemy signal and send it back modified, making the missile believe the plane is somewhere else or moving at another speed. This turns the Eagle II into an aerial bodyguard that can protect other more vulnerable planes within its formation, creating a safe corridor for bombers to pass unmolested. It is as if the plane carried its own electromagnetic protection bubble. While the F-35 hides in the shadows, the F-15EX enters through the front door, screaming electronically so loud that it leaves all sensors around it deaf and blind. This system is totally integrated into the plane's structure, allowing it to have 360-degree situational awareness. The pilot no longer has to look at a small screen. The system warns him with millimeter precision where the threat is coming from, and automatically suggests the best maneuver or countermeasure to nullify it. It is the ability to survive in modern hell without having to be invisible. But don't move, you won't believe what follows. Number 4. Structural immortality. In the world of high-performance fighters, G-forces usually wreck fuselages over time. A normal fighter usually has a life of about 6,000 to 8,000 flight hours before the wings start showing metal fatigue and it becomes dangerous to fly it. But the F-15EX is not a normal fighter. Boeing has used advanced digital manufacturing techniques and 3D modeling to build a structure that is, for practical purposes, immortal. We are talking about a certified service life of 20,000 flight hours. To help you understand the magnitude of this data, this means that an F-15EX that leaves the factory today in 2026 could keep flying and fighting actively until the year 2080 or more. It is absolute madness. No other fighter in history, not even the robust A-10 Warthog, has such a long life expectancy guaranteed from day one. Imagine that. And it is not just a matter of time, it is a matter of what it can carry during that time. This reinforced structure is the only one in the current inventory capable of carrying the new large hypersonic missiles that weigh thousands of pounds, something that would break the spine of a lighter plane. Additionally, Boeing implemented the Open Mission Systems architecture, which allows changing the plane's software and hardware as fast as you change a graphics card in your computer, ensuring its brain stays young even if its body ages. This is achieved thanks to new machining processes on the wings and fuselage that eliminate weak points. While stealth planes require hundreds of hours of maintenance for every flight hour to care for their special paint and delicate panels, the Eagle II is a flying tank. You can treat it badly, you can fly it to the limit, you can subject it to 9 Gs of force constantly, and the plane doesn't even flinch. This durability is a strategic capability in itself, because it allows the Air Force to have planes available 90% of the time, while its competitors are in the hangar being repaired. It is the ability to be always ready for the fight, day after day, decade after decade. Now let's stop for a second here because I want to pose a situation to you. On one hand, you have an invisible but delicate plane like the F-35, and on the other, you have this monster that takes beatings and lasts 80 years flying. What do you prefer in a real war? Technology that hides you, or a plane that withstands punishment and keeps shooting? It's a difficult question, right? Leave me your honest opinion down in the comments. I want to read if you are on Team Stealth or Team Brute Force. Write your answer quickly and let's continue, because the top 3 spots are what really make this plane the king of the sky, and this does not end here. Number 3. The digital brain. Many people think the F-15 is old technology from the 70s, but if you open the nose of the F-15EX, you would find the fastest mission computer in the world installed in a fighter. It is called ADC-P2, manufactured by Honeywell. I won't bore you with computer terms. I will just give you a fact that scares. This computer is capable of processing 87 billion instructions per second. Why is this a surprising capability? Because it turns the F-15EX into the most powerful combat internet server in the sky. In this 2026, war is based on data. This plane has the ability to connect with satellites, with drones, with Navy ships, and with F-35s, and merge all that information in real time without the system crashing for even a millisecond. But its true magic trick is acting as a universal translator, thanks to the Gateway UAN system. Often the F-22 and the F-35 cannot speak to each other because they use different data channels to maintain their stealth. The Eagle II places itself in the middle, receives the signal from one, translates it instantly, and sends it to the other, unifying the Air Force into a single hive mind. Furthermore, this computer features banking-grade cybersecurity architecture, which makes hacking its systems in mid-flight virtually impossible for electronic enemies. They call it open mission systems. This means the plane functions like a modern smartphone. If a new radar application or a new missile technology comes out tomorrow, engineers can install the software on the plane in a matter of minutes. On old planes, updating software could take years of development and physical wiring. With the Eagle II, it is almost as easy as updating your cell phone. This capability allows it to adapt to Chinese or Russian threats faster than they can develop new weapons. It is a supercomputer brain inside a bodybuilder's body. Now let's go to the number 2 spot, and here is where physics gets pushed to the limit. Number 2. Real hypersonic speed. In an era where modern planes are increasingly slower to favor stealth, the F-15EX has decided that speed is life. Thanks to its 2 General Electric F110 GE129 engines, this plane generates a combined thrust of almost 59,000 pounds. That is a brutal force that allows it to reach speeds of Mach 2.5. We are talking about more than 3,000 kilometers per hour at altitude. To put it in perspective, the F-35 barely reaches Mach 1.6. The Eagle II is, without a doubt, the fastest operational fighter in the Western arsenal in this 2026. But it is not just the top speed that surprises, it is the acceleration. This plane can take off vertically and climb like a rocket, reaching 10,000 meters of altitude in a matter of seconds. This sprint capability is vital for national defense. If an enemy strategic bomber or a cruise missile approaches the border, stealth fighters would take too long to intercept it. The Eagle II can light its afterburners and close the distance in minutes, reaching the interception point before the enemy can launch its payload. Additionally, its structure is designed to withstand the extreme heat generated by air friction at those speeds, something that would melt the delicate coatings of invisible planes if they tried to maintain that pace for long. This speed is not just for showing off, it is tactical. By flying so fast, the F-15EX gives its missiles extra kinetic energy. When it fires a missile at Mach 2, that missile leaves with a speed advantage that allows it to reach much farther than if it were fired from a slower plane. It is like throwing a baseball while running at full speed instead of doing it standing still. The ball will go farther and harder. This dynamic launch capability allows the Eagle II to attack targets that are out of range of any other fighter, using pure speed as a force multiplier. It is simply unreachable for most threats. But now, get ready. We move to the spot of honor. The reason why this plane is the undisputed king of the sky. Number 1. The missile truck. The F-15EX is not a simple fighter. It is a warehouse of explosives with wings. Its payload capacity is 29,500 pounds. Thanks to its new advanced amber racks, this beast can carry up to 12 air-to-air missiles at the same time, tripling the internal load of an F-35. This configuration allows a lethal tactic known as the Archer and the Arrow. The F-35, which is invisible but carries few weapons, goes ahead and detects targets without being seen. Then it sends the data to the F-15EX, which stays back loaded to the brim. The Eagle II acts like a flying artillery battery, launching a rain of AIM-120 or JOTA ASSM missiles against the targets the other plane marks for it. This allows saturating enemy defenses with an amount of fire they simply cannot stop, while the guide plane stays safe in the shadows. But what really scares in this 2026 is that it is the only fighter capable of carrying the new giant hypersonic missiles under its central fuselage, weapons that measure more than 6 meters and simply do not fit in invisible planes. It is brute force made into a plane, a missile truck designed to erase any threat from the map with a single pass and without asking for permission. Additionally, the activation of weapons stations 1 and 9 on the outer wings changes the equation completely. In previous models, these zones were empty, but the F-15EX uses them to load even more explosive hate. We are talking about a capability that allows it to carry a terrifying mix of laser-guided bombs for ground attack and self-defense missiles simultaneously, without having to choose between protecting itself or attacking. It is the definition of total air superiority. While other planes have to return to the base to reload after a couple of shots, this Titan can remain in the combat zone dealing destruction for hours, becoming the lord and master of the airspace. There you have it, the undisputed king of 2026. Now it is your turn. Do you prefer these missile trucks or invisible planes? Leave your answer in the comments. If you liked it, smash the like button, subscribe, and activate the bell right now. See you soon.